This video covers tuning the assembled and functional Elenco AM radio kit. Alright, so we are done soldering. All the components that need soldering have been attached. There's a little bit more work to do though. Here, now, we're looking at this. This has some capacitive properties and we want to modify them according to the figure K. Now, what I have here does not match either of these illustrations exactly, but I'll see what I can do. As I said, this is about capacitance. We want to reduce the capacitance here. I don't know how visible this is for you, but there is a half moon here and a half moon here, and those are connected to these screws here and here. By turning the screws, we can rotate the half moons. Now those half moons, those are capacitive plates. When the half moon is on top of the other capacitive plate, it has high capacitance. As we rotate the half moon around, the capacitance reduces until it is completely not covering the plate beneath it. High capacitance, low capacitance. According to this, we want to rotate these until we have minimum capacitance. This is a little tricky. The screwdriver that I have could be a little thinner to fit inside of these screws. But as long as I press firmly and move slowly, doesn't seem to be a problem. Alright, so I've rotated that one. Now I have this one. There we go. This half moon was originally over here. As I said, this does not completely reflect either of these illustrations. So who knows if I'm doing this right? If it turns out not to work, well, I'll just come back and try it again later. One thing that I didn't do earlier, in fact, I don't think it was in the instructions. Oh, figure D. This is what I didn't do. Notice right here, we soldered the socket on, but we did not attach the chip. That's an oversight we'll fix now. Now these chips, it's very delicate legs here. They need to be lined up pretty accurately to fit inside of the socket, so be careful as you hold it. So the question is, what's the correct orientation of this chip? Now, the illustration shows there's a notch on the board here that's covered by the socket. There's a notch on the socket here, and that corresponds to a little indicator notch on the chip here. You can see it's kind of cut in there. It's a little dark on that end on the left side. That corresponds to this notch in the circuit board. So, whoops. So I'm going to very carefully insert it right here. The legs can be a little spread out on these. You may need to gently and evenly push the legs in just ever so slightly. I had to do that, but in it goes. When you push it in, you want to make sure you don't do one side and then the other. That is difficult and can lead to a little bit of damage. One side will slip in first, but just don't push it all the way. Work it back and forth if need be. Alright, so this chip is now installed. Turn the power off. we want to look at this knob. I have the power off now. How do you know the power's off? If you rotate it clockwise, you get a nice little snap. Do you pick that up? This is maximum volume, minimum volume, and off. So turn the power off, put a fresh 9-volt battery in the battery holder, then turn the power on. All right. Now, this goes here, that goes there, positive, and can't tell very easily, but there's a little plus sign right there. Yeah, it's just peeking over. There we go. That'll make this easy. There we go. Hold this backing here as you're pushing it in so that the battery holder absorbs the stresses instead of it being transmitted to the board. All right, so the battery is in. Let's turn the power on. Getting some hiss there. All right, so adjust the volume to a comfortable level. Done. Tune the dial around here until a weak station is heard, which we're hearing it right now. Carefully slide the antenna coil on its ferrite core till the station is at its loudest. You can see that as I touch this, it changes the properties of the circuit. You know why that is? I'm acting as a weak antenna too. Or maybe I'm acting as a ground. Probably a little bit of both. Let's use this instead of my finger. I wonder if the light is causing some static. Oh, there we go. The light I had on my desk was causing static. It looks like I was interfering with that somehow. Seems that this is about the loudest it gets. All right. So keep that place. Now, this yellow piece of paper, this is the backing for the sticker that we put on here. I hope you kept it. If you didn't, well, cut another piece of paper. Now, use the paper left over from the radio dial label, that's this, use in figure G and fold it in half as shown in figure L. Here we go. I want to fold this in half the long ways. Fold in half again. And this is what's called a shim that we'll be using to hold this in place. See, this was very easy to move sideways. By sticking this in between the coil and the ferrite bar, we'll hold it in place. So I'm going to pull the bar towards me so that I get a nice little gap here. I'm going to slip the paper in. And there we go. I can keep it from moving. There we go. Oh, looks like we want to have it all the way in. There we go. I can still move the coil back and forth. It's less easy. It's not going to just slip based on tension in the wires. Oh, let's turn this off again. So there you have it, a functioning AM radio kit. I hope yours came together as well as mine. If you're interested in learning more about soldering, circuits, or electricity in general, I hope you visit us at circuitsarefun.com. Take care.
Were these videos helpful? Please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss similar great content. If you have any suggestions for other kits or electrical topics, we would love to hear about them in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.